watching Friday Night Lights, sponsored by Jack in the Box.
We're now entering the final act of this most unique Imperial Valley League spring season. Thank you very much for joining us for week number 5 of Friday Night Lights. I'm Rob Fran.
And I'm Brandon Mejia. It has been a good run, Rob, and glad to be back on the desk tonight with you folks. We have really saved the best for last as we begin the top 2 teams in the Imperial Valley that are really ready to go to war in the 77th edition of the Bell Game.
Doesn't get much better than this, my friend. Both the Central Spartans and the Brawley Wildcats come into tonight's rivalry game with unbeaten records. But the Cats, well, they have a chip on their shoulders this big, as they haven't had the possession of the bell since 2016. Could that change tonight? The Imperial Valley Championship is also at stake in tonight's marquee matchup game, as the Spartans looking to win their 3rd straight league title and 4th consecutive bell game, as both programs ready to rumble for this epic season finale. First possession of the game, quarterback Ethan Gutierrez hands the rock off to Isaiah Young, who gets gang tackled by a horde of Spartans. Getting a minimal gain, the Wildcats will go 3 and out on their first possession. Very first Central offensive play from scrimmage. Jordan Reed goes to the sideline, hitting up Gavin Marini, who gets a great block by Arturo Estrada, which obviously frees him for the clear path to the end zone for a 30-yard scoring play. Spartans strike first, and they do it quickly, 7-0. Next Brawley possession, Gutierrez scrambling out of the pocket, gets into the open field for a 6-yard gain and pays the price too, but he moves the chains. First down, Wildcats. A couple plays later, Gutierrez scrambling for his life again, gets away from a couple of Spartans, but brought down by Zeke Osuna. Same drive. Gutierrez rolls right, finds Young out of the backfield, and the Cats star running back does work, gashing the Central defense for 16 yards, keeping the chains moving and the opposing offense off the field. Cats in the Central red zone. Damian Abarca gets the call, muscles his way inside the 5. Brawley sticking with their bread and butter this time. Young hammers his way to the 2-yard line. The long possession carries them into the second quarter. On the first play of the second quarter, Young gets the call again, finds a seam and drives through it. The young man won't be stopped as the Cats tie the game at 7. This game would be an old-fashioned slobber knocker as both teams would pound away at one another, but the Central Spartans would prevail, taking their 4th straight bell game and winning their 3rd consecutive Imperial Valley League title. Congratulations to the mighty Spartans.
Congratulations indeed. What a game to catch, Rob, especially to really wrap this up. And what that means, well, after the conclusion of this game, folks, this gives us the 77th bell game statistics. And as we look at them, Brawley still ahead by quite a bit with 49, but Central able to tack on one more at 27. They both have a game tied. What do you think, Rob, when you come into this? Central, able to tack one more on? That's good.
No, absolutely. They've tacked on a few more than just one, obviously. They got 4 straight, so they're starting to close the gap a little bit. It's going to take a few decades to actually get really close, but nonetheless, it's an interesting rivalry. I say that because Central's athletic director, Joshua Wise, head coach, Ricky Pena, are former Brawley Wildcats, so it intrigues it all the more. It makes it all the more interesting.
It makes that story even better, and of course, for years to come, we'll just have to see how it plays out. Tonight's bell game highlight, just something great to see. Like you mentioned, though, Rob, both of those teams coming in undefeated, so now that really changes the way we look at the IVL standings, because Central has now become the top dog.
They are. In the last 4 years, they've just kept it consistent, and Brawley has been nipping on their heels the whole time as well. So, wow. I mean, you don't want to have it any other way. I mean, in terms of the closeness of it. I mean, obviously, it's a very emotional game. Half the Imperial Valley's really bummed out tonight. The other half excited, but nonetheless, it certainly is a very, very good thing to see, the fact that you got close games against these two outstanding programs, and we're going to see more in the years to come.
Yeah, it was one we were definitely looking forward to. Speaking of which, we're not done yet.
No, we're not. Tonight's bell game highlight may be in the books, but we still have a long way to go.
Yes, we will bring you the highlights of the backyard border brawl in Calexico, and we'll bring you the latest on the status of the annual Johnny Ramiro Fireman's Helmet Game right after this.
You're watching Friday Night Lights on KYMA.
The 2021 76th Annual Silver Spur Rodeo presented by Rain for Rent is on April 16th through the 18th. Join us at Yuma Fairgrounds, but get your tickets early, limited seating. With all the excitement of rodeo live and in person in a great outdoor facility, the Silver Spur Rodeo attracts the nation's top cowboys and cowgirls, with entertainment for the whole family. Join us at Yuma Fairgrounds April 16th through the 18th. Tickets online only at yumarodeo.com. We'll see you there.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 100 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really? Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
Right now, at More Furniture for Less, the savings are really adding up.
Our spring styles have arrived, and you'll get free white glove delivery, 2023 interest-free financing, and free sales tax.
And that's on top of our already low prices.
The style and selection you love at More Furniture is even better when you add up the savings.
And with free white glove delivery, 2023 interest-free financing, and free sales tax,
You're sure to find the spring looks you love at an exceptional value at More.
Have you experienced an injury on the job or have a medical condition that is keeping you from working? Do you need help filing your workers' compensation or Social Security disability claim? Snow Carpio and Weekly is here to help. With over 100 plus years of combined legal experience, we can help you file your workers' compensation claim or apply for Social Security disability benefits. Don't risk losing the compensation and benefits you deserve. Call 602-532-4985 for a free consultation. Snow Carpio and Weekly, when experience matters.
This portion of News 11 at 10 is sponsored by Papasan Rice Bowl.
You're watching Friday Night Lights, sponsored by Jack in the Box.
Welcome back, everyone. Bragging rights for the city of Calexico began in 2017 between the Calexico Bulldogs and the Vincent Memorial Scots.
Now, Vincent had the upper hand, winning all three of those meetings under head coach David Wong.
But this year's intercity battle could be intriguing, as Vincent is really trying to snap its current three-game losing streak to end the season, while the Bulldogs, under first-year head coach Fernando Solano, would like nothing better than to end the spring with some momentum to carry on over into the fall. We take you out to the Calexico City Championship, as both the Bulldogs and the Scots would be ready to leave everything out on the field. We get things started with Vincent Memorial. That's Noah Science getting the pitch play and, well, moving the chains for some and some. That's a first down and more to the 40-yard line. The question is, could that last? Next play, Diego Eldor connects with Jacob Elias. It looks good, right? But Elias cannot hold on to the ball. The Bulldogs would recover, so now we switch sides. Julian De Leon gets the rock, forces his way for a short gain. Things looking pretty promising here. Well, a few plays later, folks, Zeus Bratis takes this one, but he cannot hold on to it, and just like that, the Scots are going to regain possession. A little bit of a back and forth here. Okay, well, this time they fake out our own cameraman and land this one in the end zone. I didn't see that coming, but they did. That is good for 6. So Scots on the board, 6-0. The question now, can the Bulldogs answer? David Esquire getting swallowed by Vincent's defense. It would be a tough start for them this time in shotgun. He's going to try to connect, but puts it in the hands of, oh no, Max Diaz, who picks it off.
Wow.
Like I said, a game of turnovers, and that turnover would prove costly. It results in a Vincent Memorial touchdown. And folks, that would really only be the beginning for the Scots. They would run away with this one, 40-0.
All right, meanwhile, the Southwest Eagles' current quarantine stretch, since the team had a positive test case that canceled last week's El Centro City Championship game, is about to come to an end. Eagles will play their annual Johnny Romero Fireman's Helmet game against Imperial tomorrow night at Eagle Field at 6 p.m. Saturday night's game between the two programs will conclude the condensed spring season for all the Imperial Valley Prep programs.
It has just moved by way too fast.
It has.
But just when you think our show's about to end, well, we, of course, got plenty more ground to cover before we're done.
Yeah, like always, we have your FNL scoreboard, your helmet props, and, of course, your final Jack in the Box play of the week of the season right after this.
You're watching Friday Night Lights on KYMA.
Mascot is where students can identify.
A mascot used for ages, officially retired from Imperial Valley College. Now you have a say in what the next mascot becomes.
It's a community building effort.
See the options, how to voice your opinion with new suggestions, and how those closest to the college feel about the change. Making a mascot. Watch now on KYMA.com.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. This drug remains approved by the FDA. If you or a loved one regularly took Zantac and were later diagnosed with cancer, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. A number of pharmacies have suspended the sale of Zantac and other ranitidine products after the FDA announced the discovery of unacceptable levels of NDMA, a known cancer-causing impurity. Potential cancers associated with exposure to NDMA include bladder cancer, colon cancer, kidney cancer, stomach cancer, liver cancer, pancreatic cancer, along with many more. If you or a loved one regularly took Zantac and were later diagnosed with cancer, call right now. You may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call now. Do not stop taking a prescribed medication without first consulting with your doctor. Discontinuing a prescribed medication without your doctor's advice can result in injury or death.
Call 1-800-394-1922.
If something happened to you, what would happen to them? Their home, their education, their future. You need life insurance, and chances are SelectQuote can help you get it for less than $1 a day.
SelectQuote found Jacob 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Our secret? At SelectQuote, we aggressively comparison shop up to 10 highly rated companies to find you the company with the best rates.
We found Gary, 35, a $1 million policy for only $22 a month.
Why pay more? Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
Call 1-800-260-6735. That's 1-800-260-6735.
At a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
You're watching Friday Night Lights, sponsored by Jack in the Box.
Always good to have you on this Friday night. We got a scoreboard recap, though, of all of tonight's results. If you've missed it, well, we'll take care of that for you. And tonight's really big game of the night was that Bell game, Robin. You were fortunate enough to see it. We've been talking about it since this season started, watching both teams. Talk to me about the takeaways of that game. Hopefully we can get those scores up for you as well.
I would say the big takeaway for me is both teams did not back down. You're talking about two high echelon, two quality programs that are in it to win it. Both of them determined to win it. Unfortunately, there can only be one winner.
Yep.
And Central came through. But I'll tell you what, maybe if there's a little bit more time on the clock, we could be talking about a little bit of a different result. So congratulations to the Spartans.
Congratulations. We do have to mention Holtville playing out of town tonight, Rob. 43-0. They get that win. You did mention something during the break. They're kind of on a hot streak.
They are. They've won 3 in a row, and they got a bunch of seniors that are about to graduate. So congratulations to them to get to finish strong. And of course, you got Klexico, unfortunately, falling very, very short to Vincent Memorial, to say the least. Vincent just dominating that one.
That's a tough one. Imperial Southwest will play on Saturday. Well,
all right. We come to the part of the program where each of us give our helmet prop to the player, players, position group, or even teams that stood out from the rest tonight. Brando, who's getting yours?
Rob, for me tonight, it's going to the Central Spartans. A job well done for that program in its condensed season. It has been a tough year, Rob. The pandemic, some thought maybe there wasn't going to be a season at all, but these guys did not let that faze them. They came out strong, and they really were able to get it going and achieve another Bell game victory. Not only that, third straight IVL title. They're more than deserving of this helmet prop.
Absolutely. If you beat Brawley 4 consecutive times, you are deserving because Brawley is no slouch. They're the real deal. As for me, Brando, when we mentioned the Holtville Vikings blowing out San Ysidro just a few moments ago, finishing off their spring in strong fashion, the 43 points scored makes you think offense. But my prop is going to the other side of the football. They shut down the opposition cold. Defensive standouts Ryder Merton, Isidro Garcia, and Jonathan Haraz are the key pieces to a stout defense loaded with seniors that gave opposing offenses nightmares all season long. Tonight, these guys put the cherry on the top of their awesome spring campaign with a shutout performance.
Definitely well-deserved. We didn't get to see them tonight, but I love that we still get to talk about them and definitely worthy of that helmet prop.
Absolutely. Now, if any of you thought tonight was our last stop for the season, think again, because we're going to cap off the special spring season with our FNL Award Special featuring the best of the best in the Imperial Valley. We invite you to join Brando and myself for next week's awards finale. We look forward to seeing you then.
You know, as exciting as it is sad we've gotten to that point where it is winding down again, but we had an extended season, or extended show because of how things worked out. But we conclude tonight's broadcast with nothing better than our Jack in the Box play of the game. This came from Rob's highlights. I couldn't stop watching this. This one comes the very first Central offensive play. Jordan Reed goes to the sideline on this one, hitting up Garvin Marini. But this is all made possible. We got to see it again. It's all made possible by the great block by Arturo Estrada. We cannot forget the fact that that made this possible. It really frees him up to clear the path into the end zone. I mean, without that, this man might have been taken outside. Has a 30-yard score there, just overall nice to see. And that just shows you that even when the quarterback connects to your running back, right, and you're going to make that play, you still need other hands to make it possible and a team effort there to make that happen. Our Jack in the Box play of the game.
So you kids out there playing high school ball, don't slouch on your blocking.
Don't slouch. If you're a lineman, exactly.
Could happen.
Exactly. And when you do, then you miss out on opportunities like this. So another great reminder as well. Man, Rob, it's been a fun year.
It has been. I don't want it to end, but, you know, we will have the fall, hopefully.
Yes,
hopefully.
We should have the fall. All the good things do come to an end. But like you said, we're not done yet. We got one more week. And we invite you then to see us. As always, folks, I'm Brandon Mejia.
I'm Rob Fram. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Take care and good night.